Hey Wando, I'm Ellie Grace Goodwin.
And I'm Salome Stork, and thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Tribe Talk.
This week we cover fine dining in Charleston, future leaders of Wando,
one of our school's best lacrosse players, and stage technology.
Three of downtown Charleston's fine dining restaurants have recently landed a spot on TripAdvisor's list of top 10 restaurants in the nation.
Finn Carlin serves up the story.
Downtown Charleston is not only visually impressive, but its businesses and restaurants are a large attraction in this popular area. Three eateries in particular have recently made TripAdvisor's list for the top 10 restaurants in the nation. Today, we look at each one to see what they have to offer. Our first stop is Circa 1886, located on the corner of Wentworth Street and Smith Street. There we spoke with manager Mark Severs about his restaurant and how he feels about their recent top 10 rating.
We are a quaint, small, romantic restaurant. It's a Southern cuisine. There's a lot of low country ingredients. Being, on a property like this, that it's small, intimate dining. We're often referred to as one of the quietest restaurants here in town, so that's kind of lends itself to a more intimate dining experience. To be number 4 on that list in the country is huge. We do strive every day to try to meet those standards, and it can be tough. But we've got a great team here. I think the fact that we have a crew that's been here for such a long time and worked together, I think it's helped us kind of create the atmosphere that warrants that award.
Next stop is Charleston Grill, which is on the corner of King Street and Market Street and a half-mile away from Circa 1886. There we spoke with Mickey Baxt about the unique atmosphere of his restaurant, as well as how he feels about the top 10 rating.
The restaurant is a sort of a throwback to a time when people really cared about quality service and caring of the guests. We're an upscale contemporary French restaurant with hints of Southern influences. The restaurant's wonderful because look at the ambiance. Every detail from the greeting to the dinner that you eat, it creates this magical and extremely exciting experience. I think that it's nice that we got an award. Have I given it 2 thoughts? No. What I think is nicer is that people come here every night and walk out holding hands or saying, oh my God, this was great. So I learned long ago, put your press aside, then get back to work and make magic happen.
The final restaurant to receive a top 10 rating was Hall's Chop House, a little over a half-mile away from Charleston Grill and located on the corner of King Street and John Street. Although we were not able to get in touch with the manager of Hall's Chop House, you can check them out on their website to see the variety of menu options that they have to offer. For now, this has been Finn Carlin reporting for Tribe Talk.
This past October, Ms. Campbell created a club to help eliminate the achievement gap between Black and white students.
Lori Harvin reports on the future leaders of Wando and the gray space in between.
Future Leaders of Wando aims to bridge the achievement gap between students. We spoke to teachers and students to hear how Flow has impacted the Black community at Wando.
So Flow is a student-to-student mentor-mentee program. It stands for Future Leaders of Wando. The idea was to get small groups of students, some who were really strong in our classes, different classes, and then some who kind of needed some help, whether it was grade-based, discipline-based, or anything like going on outside of school in their lives that we felt like we could help out with.
I joined Flow because I thought it would be helpful to help other students and show like a mentor view of what you should do, become a leader. This club could strengthen the bond between students and teachers and figuring out the points that we all can connect in to where we have understanding and respect for each other.
Because some people are kind of shy to talk about being Black and going to a majority white school. So they might sit at the back of the class and just not talk at all. But for Flow, you can be yourself. You can talk to anyone about anything and not be judged for it.
A lot of these kids in Flow are the only African American student in their classes. And I think that can be really isolating, especially in a school as big as this. So I just kind of wanted to give them a place where they could come together once a week and just feel at home and feel comfortable and feel like they had some people around them who knew what they were going through and what, it felt like to be a student here. If you're a person who you feel like you need some encouragement, come join Flow. We're all here to just kind of help each other and hold each other accountable for doing the right thing and doing the things that we know that we should be doing, but that we just need a little encouragement to fulfill.
This has been Lori Harvin reporting for Tribe Talk.
Missing someone.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Rebry again, back at you with another Running on Empty food review. Now, it's February 2nd, so happy Leif Erikson Day to all my viewers out there. And to celebrate Leif Erikson Day on this very special occasion, I'm going to have what anyone would have on a Leif Erikson Day. A meatball mozzarella Hot Pocket. Now, I'm really excited for this today because this bad boy right here is an Italian delicacy, hence why it is sold in the US. Now, when I look for a good food item, I want it to meet two important requirements, food and drink. And today we're going to test to make sure that this Hot Pocket does indeed in fact meet those two requirements. So let's get right into this review. Cheers. That is a really thirst-quenching drink. That's a very good beverage. Now we're on to the crust. It's the most important part. This is just for decoration. The outer crust. Now, I'll say that while this does make a really good drink, the crust was just like burnt bread. I would recommend that this drink be put in the frozen drink section of Walmart. And with that, we end today's food review. I'd like to thank all my viewers out there and have a very, very happy Leif Erikson Day.
Nathan Fasanero, one of Wanda's lacrosse players, has recently decided to continue his academic and athletic career at Colgate University.
Warrior Spotlight gives us a deeper insight on the successes of this exceptional student.
On this segment of Warrior Spotlight, we will be focusing on Nathan Fasanera, who is a junior and is committed to a Division I lacrosse school.
So I started playing lacrosse since I was in first grade is when I started really doing it competitively. But I've always pretty much had a stick in my hand since I was born.
Nathan has always had the drive and he's always had the unselfishness to basically step out there and do things just because it's the right thing to do and because his team wants him to do it. So he was probably the easiest of all my kids to convince. I didn't have to convince Nathan once to go outside and work, ever. He'd just do it.
You know, his heart is in it. You know, many times Nathan has, even when he was 11, 12, if his team didn't win, he was pretty upset.
Not only did he rise to the occasion, but he became a leader. He would play on travel teams where he was a foot smaller than the guy covering him, and he would just blow by him. But he was also playing against not just bigger players, but good players. So good players a couple years older than him, and I'm going, he can handle this.
My future pretty much, ever since I've been in 8th grade, I've been heavily in the recruiting process. I ultimately found a home at Colgate University.
He's always said to me, he goes, Dad, I like to make other people better. And that's, to me, a lot of kids that you focus on and people watch are the kids that want to be the best. Nathan realizes he can be the best by making other people better.
That's my main attribute is being the quarterback of the offense that can look at other people moving, look at the defense moving, and feed people, make goals and assists from at X and on the wings, and just pretty much watching the entire field and just taking the game from there.
Stick skills are, like I said, off the chart, but his vision is at a college level. He makes passes that typically most college players have a hard time reading, and he has the ability with his stick skills and his vision to make things happen. You got to take the sport seriously, but you also got to have a short memory, and you got to be willing to go ahead and just keep grinding, and that's what I think Nathan's done. I mean, Nathan's a grinder, so proud of him for it.
This has been Andrew Bobby reporting for Tribe Talk.
What's up, Wando, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk.
I'm Aiden Lassiter.
And I'm Jake Arnold, bringing you the latest in Wando sports news.
The 53rd Super Bowl occurred this past weekend, with the Rams facing off against the Patriots.
The game ended up being the lowest scoring Super Bowl in the history of the game, with 16 total points being scored between the two teams.
The Patriots won 13-3, making it their 6th Super Bowl win, now tied for first with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tom Brady ended up passing Charles Haley for a single player with the most Super Bowl wins, at 6 Super Bowls. Julian Edelman was voted the Super Bowl MVP.
Many considered the game to be one of the most boring Super Bowls due to the lack of scoring, as well as the fact that many of the games in the years past have been great games.
Moving on to Wando news, Wando football had 6 seniors commit to playing at the next level.
Justin Pellick will be going to Florida, Andrew Weil has signed with NC State, Hugh Meredith has committed to the Citadel, Drake Peden has signed with Erskine, Jalen Edwards is headed to Newberry College, and Tucker Rose will be going to Franklin Pierce.
We also had many athletes from other sports recently commit.
Many soccer players, both men and women, signed, including Chloe Bailey to CSU, Brooke Hobson to Francis Marion, Sophia Jobe to College of Charleston, Samantha Meredith to South Carolina, Jonah Miller to Lander, Alyssa Rosado to Francis Marion, Gabrielle Sly to SCAD, and Michael Spickerman to Lander, and Maggie Vanternal to Auburn.
Lacrosse had Micah Green signed to Lander. Swimming had Meredith Jones commit to Wingate, and Anna Mansfield and Sophia Vanderpool signed to Lees McRae.
From volleyball, Maddie Boylston has committed to Virginia, Sarah Misroon is headed to App State, and Abby Shad is headed to USC Aiken.
Lily Joyce signed to Coastal Carolina for golf, and finally, Paul and David Kowalczyk both signed to the U.S. Naval Academy for track and field. Congrats to all signees, and good luck in the future.
In other news, basketball playoffs are coming up right around the corner, so make sure to come out and support both boys and girls basketball team.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Sports Talk.
I'm Aiden Lassiter.
And I'm Jake Arnold, signing off.
Thanks for watching, Wando. Make sure to keep in touch with us on Snapchat and Instagram at Tribe Talk WHS.
And stay tuned for a closer look at Wando's stage check on Tribe Talk Presents. This has been Ellie Grace Goodwin
and Salome Storick, signing off.
We are in charge of all of the technical aspects of the productions. So there are lights, there is music, there's set pieces for bigger productions like the musicals, props, helping with mics.
First we have to build the set and paint it, and then following that, once the set is built, we have to strike it. So that's basically where you put tape down on the stage in different colors, and that tells us where the props go like during different scenes and at different times.
Even with all of the rehearsal time in the world, there's always things that happen opening night, and just being ready for that and sort of having a backup plan if something were to happen. Hearing from all of the audience members just how much they loved it, a big part of that is the tech and making sure the lights and the sound and everything. So it's very rewarding to just know that the audience really enjoyed the show.
You know, it's just something that you wouldn't typically think about when you think about everything that goes, you know, behind the scenes of putting the whole performance together. But it is a really crucial part of the performance, and, you know, without it, it just wouldn't be as great as it is.
It's honestly a great way to meet people. I have made some of the best friends in my life through working in productions. You learn time management and responsibility and communication. Communication is a big one.
Everyone's really passionate about what they're doing in that environment, which is why I think it's so awesome to, you know, connect with people that are like-minded.